Have you ever heard of trapping? No, not trap shooting, trapping. Like this. Trapping is an old style way of catching animals that can help you get rid of invasive species or even cashing out, like catching foxes or minks. But why trap instead of hunting? Hunting, you have to go out and set up an area and sit in your tree stand and wait for the animals. While when setting traps, you can set them and they work around the clock for you, catching animals all the time. I will show you how to prepare and set a trap to catch an animal. The materials you're going to need for trapping, you're going to start with our different kinds of traps. This is our dog-proof trap. This is for catching raccoons, and it's when you have dogs around or cats that you don't want being killed. This will just catch their foot and it won't hurt them. This is our long spring trap. This also catches the foot. It's just a different style for hiding it. This will catch raccoons as well. This is our coil spring trap. This is a little bigger. This catches coyotes. You set it out in the wild and it will catch coyotes for you. And this is our conibear. This is for killing. You can stick a raccoon in it, and there's bigger types like 120, 220. And this will stick the animal right through and it'll kill it right away. Other materials you're going to need is your setting tool. This is mostly used on the conibear since it's so dangerous. And this is your trap die and your trap wax, which we will explain about. I will be showing you how to prepare your trap. You're going to want to start by getting a nice pot of boiling water, about 5 gallons. And you're going to want to stick this in. Boiling traps helps get rid of factory grease, and it also helps with camouflaging and removing the scent for animals to not detect it. To start, you'll have your pot of boiling water. All you have to do is dip your trap into the boiling water, and you let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then you pull it out and you stick it in the grass for 1 to 4 weeks. Now once your trap has been boiled for 10 minutes, you'll pull it out, and you're going to want to let it cool before you mess with it. But then you stick it in the grass and let it rust. And the reason you let it rust is because it helps with the dyeing in the next step. After 1 to 4 weeks, you're going to grab your rusted trap and you're going to prepare another pot of boiling water, 5 gallons. Then you're going to add this trap dye. The reason you use this trap dye is to make the trap less shiny and a camouflage. You would add this whole bottle to the 5 gallons of water and you would stick your trap in. The trap we have here is already treated, so we won't have to do that. After boiling your traps for 15 to 30 minutes, you will pull it out and you'll let it dry. And then once it is dry, you're going to get another pot of boiling water, 5 gallons. And you're going to shave this wax in. It's used for making the trap less greasy and getting human scent off of it. What you would do is shave the wax into the boiling water until you have a nice layer on top of wax. Then you would dip your trap into the water and pull it right out so it'll have that coat of wax on it. Now we're going to show you how to set one of these dog-proof traps. Set the notch. It is kind of hard. It's a very hard trap to set. Once it is set, it is ready to start. Now that our trap is set, we're going to find a nice spot on the ground. Stick it in the ground. Have your chain. This is to keep animals from running away once their foot is caught. You will loop it. It's heavy enough that like a raccoon can't drag it away. Like so. And And now that if your animal gets caught and they pull it out, the bear can't run away because it's sitting on. You now grab your bait, which we use cat food, but most likely cats will not be interested in this trap. You pour a bunch inside, and you pour the rest around it. So that now you have a trap set for a raccoon to get his food caught in. After we've set the dog-proof trap for a raccoon problem, we're going to solve another problem. We have a rabbit trying to get through this hole and get into our garden. So we're going to set a trap for it. I have a Conibear 220 for it. What we're going to do is we're going to set it here so the rabbit can come through and snap. So what you're going to want to do is use your setting tool. It pinches that coil part into where it snaps. It's a dangerous thing to do without a tool, so the best safety method is to use our metal clamps. And what you do, you pinch those, and there's a little safety right there that you stick in there, and then it won't snap back at you and grab your hand. Now that we have it pinched together, you bend it and you set it in between our two poles, which we're going to place over in our area. You get it set like that, and then there's the two, here, let me explain this. There's the dog, and then there's the pins, and those two connect, and once you touch the pins, it snaps on you right there.
See?
Just got his hand. So now we're going to set it, and we're going to pick our spot, which is the hole. Wow. Okay. So you place your little spot here. You always want to make sure you have your little safety notches on so it doesn't snap. And then you grab your poles. These keep the trap in place. And you get them nice and lodged right in here at an angle. And you get them in there. This just keeps it in place. And you watch your little spring here, because if that comes loose, it's going to snap on you if you touch these pins. And you get it like that. You get another one. You set it in between these little parts. Same thing at an angle. Tough ground. You pound that in. And then you don't need bait for this trap either, because it's coming through a trail. And it's not smelling for bait, it's just smelling for a trail. So you could use like a trail scent, but we don't for rabbits. And then once you have these poles in nice and the trap is nice and tight, you flip your safeties, which is kind of hard.
I'm gonna have to slide it towards the
slide it forward
a little bit, yeah.
like that. You don't want to touch your pin once these are loose. Then it will snap on you, and that will hurt a lot. Alright, and now you have a Conibear 220 set to kill a rabbit coming through this hole. Now that your trap is set, you will want to check it every 24 hours just to see if you have an animal in it. You don't want it to spoil while it's out there. Once you get into trapping, you will soon realize that it is better than hunting, because you can set multiple traps that work around the clock for you outdoors, while you can sit inside in your warm, comfy house and then just check them in the morning. Once you get experienced and good at trapping, you will soon find that harvesting fur is fun. You can catch raccoons, you can catch coyotes. These furs can be collected or even sold. This raccoon fur goes for maybe $15 or $20. This coyote fur goes for almost $75 at the most. Trapping is a very worthwhile hobby to pursue. And now that you know how to start trapping, I wish you happy trapping.